Hello and welcome to Country Brawl. This is a game I am currently working on as part of my Let's See If I Can Make a Game in 128 Days project. This is the title screen for the game which I have implemented since last time. It is very much a work in progress. Same goes for the background art. Right now we only have two options. Let's pick quit. There we go. Bye. That's the end of the update. Okay, I have implemented some more things. If we hit new game, we get a select country screen where we can select between 56, by my count, different countries with varying difficulty ranging from Kurdistan, which is literally impossible because they start with the zero nation, so they have lost the game before they even start, to where's Germany. Germany is of course ranked as very easy because it's Germany. Yeah. Now let's stick with Denmark. We have a short description of every single one of those countries, and boy did that take a long time to write because I refuse to use generative AI. We have an estimate of the difficulty, as I said, and a bunch of each country has a bunch of bonuses or maluses. Denmark, of course, doesn't have any flaws, so there are no maluses for Denmark. But Egypt, for instance, has a malus. That's a malus is like a bonus, but a bad thing. Egypt has the malus that it's an authoritarian regime, and I hate authoritarian regimes, and I love democracy, so authoritarian regimes get a massive minus 20% bonus to province income. Oh well, they will have a massive minus 20% penalty to province income once I implement the economy in the game. I haven't actually done that yet. Let's move back to Denmark. That's a strong democracy, so it has a bonus to province income. And a bonus, it can form the Kalmar Union once it conquers Norway and Sweden. Or rather, it will be able to do that once I actually implement conquering cities. Anyway, let's play as Denmark. And please notice what happens when I click this button. You see that? That was a loading bar, and it actually worked. That took a long time to get working. See, what happens when I start the game is that I start a thread pool system with a bunch of worker threads behind the scenes furiously loading a lot of textures in as many threads as possible while updating the loading bar you just saw there. That took a lot of efforts to get working, but it is working now, and we are through the loading bar. We are into the game, and you really can't call it a game yet because there is no enemy AI, and there is in fact no there's no combat, there's no fighting. The country balls of each nation just stand around and look happy if they are in an uncontested city, or if they are next to an enemy city, they stand around looking angry, pointing their adorable little guns at each other. If they are in the water, they get this little flotation device. Otherwise, they just stand around. And yeah, we can, at the very least, we can move country balls around. Like if I, whoopsie, dropped something on the floor. If I select this city, I can click on a neighboring city, and that was left click to select, shift left click to select multiple cities, and I can also drag a box around a city to select, and right click to move country balls to neighboring cities. Right click moves half the country balls from the city to the other city. If I shift right click, I move all at the same time. That has certainly strengthened the southern front slightly. let's move half these country balls to Esbjerg, because that front is looking a little questionable. Yeah, all that shuffling around is a bug. It needs to be fixed, or they need to move around in a slightly more intelligent manner. I also didn't like how some of the country balls literally moved through the German lines to get to their front line. Esbjerg, as you can see, well, okay, you can't see, has, but it has two neighbors. One neighbor is Flensburg here, and another neighbor is Bremen. That is quite a distance, but I felt like adding this connection here, because otherwise there would be a single choke point into Denmark. Well, we can also order our country balls to attack. If I have Esbjerg selected and right click on Flensburg, this front should start advancing, and it does, and they just move to Flensburg and start standing around it, because I haven't, as I said, I haven't implemented any actual fighting yet. But okay, you can go back now. Oh, yeah, the shuffling around needs to be fixed. That's pretty much all you can do in the game now, but I think progress is coming along nicely. I mean, in another 115 days, I certainly think I can have made some kind of a game out of this. All we really need is a fighting mechanic, so the country balls can actually shoot at each other. Oh, and we also need different types of soldiers. I would also like a line of artillery behind the front line. Oh, and we definitely also need an AI opponent to actually fight against us. And we need an economy and logistics component to the game. So we actually need money to recruit soldiers and build ammunition, and we also need some sort of a diplomacy component to the game, so you can say so you aren't automatically at war with everyone all the time, but can make peace, or declare war, or ask for military access, or maybe even ask for lend-lease. And we definitely also need some sort of Air Force mechanic where you have planes which could shoot at soldiers on the ground. Maybe even a Navy lobbing cruise missiles at targets. Yeah, okay, there's still a lot left on my to-do list. But so far I think I am making a decent progress, and let's just take 1.5 minutes to admire all these angry country balls all around the map. Here we see that the front lines are not placeable in water, so the front line is supposed to go midway between cities, but that's midway between Kristiansand and Aalborg is of course water, so the front line has pulled back all the way to our respective coasts. Yeah, we have Scandinavians facing off against each other. The Dutch and the Belgians are feeling really rather surrounded by the French and the Germans. Oh, and poor Luxembourg. I don't think Luxembourg is long for this world when I implement actual combat between countries, or when countries are able to capture bases. I don't think Luxembourg survives long. The same can certainly be said for Andorra. They are quite surrounded and quite outnumbered. Morocco and Algeria are facing off against each other. That's very realistic. And the Balkans is one giant Mexican standoff. Everyone is facing off against everyone else. And please appreciate the fact that I've added different types of guns for different countries based on what type of gun that country actually uses in their army. And Ukraine is looking somewhat realistic. Somewhat. Oh, yeah, that is very realistic. And they are still somehow holding on. Not every automatically generated front line is in the right location, like the automatically generated front lines have given Ukraine control of the entire Kherson Oblast, when in reality the front line goes here along the river. And well, the Middle East is looking very realistic indeed. Okay, Turkey and Syria actually like each other, so they wouldn't be facing off against each other, but this is definitely realistic. Yeah. Anyway, that was a bit more than 1.5 minutes. You can go now. I said you can go now. The video is finished. Why are you still here? Okay, I'm going to end the video right now. You have to go then.